Well, students at Bentonville High School and thousands of Walmart employees were evacuated just hours ago after reports of a gas odor across parts of Bentonville. Walmart says the smell came from natural gas line work near J Street and Walton Boulevard, and that the buildings were evacuated out of an abundance of caution. Fire crews later determined the situation was non-hazardous. That's according to an alert sent to Walmart employees. And that alert says everyone has now been cleared to go back inside, but that the smell may linger as the buildings ventilate. Well, new information on the deaths of Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle, and the arrest of their son, Nick. The newly released footage shows him in a gas station convenience store just hours after the killings and minutes before he was taken into custody. He's now charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder in the deaths of his parents. Jonathan Vigliotti is in Los Angeles.
New security video shows Nick Reiner in a striped shirt pacing inside a convenience store shortly before his arrest Sunday night. Outside the store, you see the LAPD arriving and arresting him. Police say he did not resist. Prosecutors allege the 32-year-old used a knife to fatally stab his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner, in their Brentwood home. Nick Reiner is now facing 2 first-degree murder charges.
These charges carry a maximum sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole or the death penalty.
It's still unclear when the alleged attack occurred and how long the couple had been dead before their bodies were discovered. The New York Times reports a massage therapist arrived at the Reiner home on Sunday. When nobody came to the gate, she called the couple's daughter, Ramay, who arrived and found her father's body. The day before the murders, Rob and Nick Reiner got into an argument at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party. NBC News reports Nick interrupted former SNL comedian Bill Hader before storming off. Nick Reiner has been open about his struggles with addiction, recalling on a 2018 podcast one incident where he became violent while on drugs.
And I was up for days on end, and I started punching out different things in my guest house. I think I started with the TV, and then I went over to the lamp. Everything in the guest house got wrecked.
While promoting the film he made with his father, Nick Reiner said he was grateful for his parents.
Well, I think I'm lucky in the sense that I have parents that care about me.
Nick Reiner has been very open about his years-long struggle with homelessness and addiction, speaking publicly. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The manhunt continues after Saturday's deadly shooting at Brown University. Investigators have released enhanced video of a person of interest seen near campus hours before the attack. Police believe the man may have been casing the area. He's described as about 5'8", and it's still unclear if he has any connection to the university. Officials say few campus cameras captured the shooter because the building sits on the edge of campus. Memorials continue to grow for the 2 students killed and 9 others injured.
I'm confident that a member of the public is going to recognize this person, perhaps a family member. Some cases have broken this way after a period of days.
Despite more than 1,200 cameras across campus, investigators said that building where the shooting occurred sits on the edge of campus and was not covered. And again, those memorials are going on over the next few days. Well, President Trump has announced he will be delivering his primetime address tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. 5 News will be live streaming that address on our 5 News Plus streaming app. If you don't already have it, you can just text the word plus to the number right there on your screen, 479-785-5000. And we will send you the instructions on how to download it. Now, CBS is interrupting the 3-hour finale of Survivor tonight to air President Trump's address. The network confirmed the season 49 finale, which begins at 8 p.m. Eastern, will pause for the president's address. And CBS says the show will resume immediately afterward for viewers in Eastern and Central time zones. In this way, fans won't miss the ending. They'll pick up right where the show left off after the speech. Well, the Gravette Fire Department has released details about the funeral for Fire Chief David Orr. He passed away over the weekend. The fire department says the visitation will happen Sunday from 2 to 5, with the funeral next Monday afternoon at 2. Both of those events will happen at the Gravette Volleyball Gym on Dallas Street. Well, Fayetteville murder suspect Casey Jennings claims a jail guard destroyed legal paperwork. Here's a copy of the handwritten letter he wrote to a judge filed in Washington County Court Tuesday. Jennings is charged with killing and abusing the corpse of his ex-girlfriend in 2022. The letter alleges a deputy stole some of his legal documents and accuses the system of being corrupt. The sheriff's office tells us it is looking into the matter, but that Jennings never filed any complaints about this before. Jennings is representing himself in the case and faces the death penalty. Well, here's an update for you. The Fayetteville City Council has said yes to clearing the way for a new Ramay Junior High School. The council voted Tuesday 5-3 to rezone the property off College Avenue. That comes after 3 meetings and hours of public comment. Last night, around 20 people voiced support for the rezoning, arguing the current zoning doesn't fit the area and that a school is better use for the property.
I think we all would agree that at the end of the day, we don't want 80 homes on this hillside. Because we feel so strongly about the school, it's been easy to get sidetracked from that.
Now, more than 10 others spoke against the rezoning, citing concerns about stormwater runoff, environmental impacts, and more.
It's not a green building if you remove precious habitat for buildings and ball fields.
Fayetteville superintendent says the school will be designed with efficiency and the environment in mind. He says they'll submit the project plans to the city for review and adjustments and hopes to start construction in May or June. And people in Centerton will see an increase in water and sewer rates starting next year. The city council approved the change this week, saying it's in response to a bigger regional problem. Centerton's mayor says they tried to keep the increase small, but with the cost rising, more people moving here, he says these changes are becoming harder to avoid.
Our major employers consistently bringing in more and more people, which has led to infrastructure growth and some infrastructure challenges.
He says the new rates will take effect January 1st. For most households, the impact will be about $5 a month, and he's encouraging those with questions to come to his Coffee with the Mayor that's held every 3rd Saturday. Well, the future of Parrot Island and Fort Smith will have to wait at least a few more weeks. Fort Smith City directors last night were going to talk about taking over complete operational control of the water park, but the issue was pulled after it was determined to be incorrectly placed on the agenda.
I would reference the language in the ordinance we passed on November 18th to put guardrails on situations like this that says if the estimated cost of a capital project, and I think this would fall under a project by the definition included in the ordinance, if it's estimated to be more than $100,000, the management fees at Parrot Island for this year are budgeted at $105,000, and in years past we've spent over $100,000.
We're told the Parrot Island issue will be discussed in a study session next month.